Welcome to Rudolph's Insights. Today shall be an extension of the previous topic, origin of the Igbos. And today we'll be replying some questions. And our chief focus will be on the Iri Kingdom and a breakdown of some of the lies being perpetrated by the Igbos. So let's head over to the first one. Iri was the oldest kingdom in Nigeria. Oh my God. To better reply this, we shall be citing a book written by Abdulai, picture above. And as you can see, even from the first chapter, it tells you Eri migrated from Igala. Now, upon deeper studies, it tells you about Eri's migration pattern and how Eri settled in the present day Aguleri, picture above. Now, the simple question is, since it has been asserted that Eri, who is the founder of Uri Kingdom, was originally from Igala, are Igbos claiming to be of Igala origin? And if no, then what did the Igbos do to the descendants of Eri in Aguleri? Were they annihilated by the slaves and their lands taken as usual? I will assume they were genocided as they did the Ibibios of Aruku. I mean, there's no other explanation. Except you tell us you are descendants of Igala people, which is highly unlikely. It's really such a shame that most of you goes about claiming other people's history after genociding and taking their lands. Now, let's head over to the second reply we got from Twitter. Let's just bask in this moment for some few moments before we reply. Now, breathe in and breathe out. This is really hilarious. Now, this other buffoon apparently was claiming that the Igbos were from Idu and Igodomi Igodo. Do these people think before talking? Or they just listen to their Biafran propagandist all day? First of all, Idu Igodomi Igodo is the ancient Benin Kingdom. I have no right to talk about Edo's history. We will let Edos talk about their own history. Only the Edos have the right to talk about their history. And I frankly find it very funny that in a bid for the Igbos to give themselves a history and an identity, they are now going about claiming as far much as Edo's history. I mean, do Igbos have any actual history? Because I personally think this is what an Igbo history looks like. Ask 5 Igbo men about Igbo history and this is what you get. Number 1, we came from Israel. We are the lost tribes of Israel. Well, I hate to burst your propagandist bubble, but the Israeli government has debunked that claim. The Israeli government carried out DNA testing on the Ethiopians who also claimed that, and it was positive. It showed that some Ethiopians are of Israeli descent. When the Igbos of Nigeria, on the other hand, made such bold claims, the Israeli government decided to carry out DNA testing on the Igbos. And guess what? It was negative. It was all lies. Pictures of articles above so you can verify this. Number 2 Igbo histories you always hear. We are from Unre. Newsflash again. Eri, the progenitor of Unri, migrated from Igala and settled at Aguleri. So, are you saying you are not Igbo but Igala? Isn't it shameful that you are now claiming to be Igala? Sounds to me like the slave ancestors stole the lands from the Igalas and now claiming not only the lands, but their ancestry as well. Number 3 Igbo history you always hear. Oh God. We are from Aruku dynasty. Aruku, as we all know, was an Ibibio dynasty. Same as the Igbo Uku archaeological discoveries, which you are now also claiming. I mean, the defeat of Aruku, the Ibibio dynasty, by the slaves assisted by the British, happened just recently. So, you actually annihilated the people of Aruku who were Ibibios, took their lands and artifacts, and now you are also claiming their ancestry. Really? Number 4 Igbo history you will always hear. We are from Idu Igodomi Igodo. Really? This one just breaks my heart. Idu Igodomi Igodo was the ancient Benin Kingdom. So the Igbos are now claiming to come from Igodomi Igodo? Really? No evidence to back up these claims. Aren't you guys tired of claiming people's history? At this point, I think it is right to say the Igbos have a real identity crisis issue. They have no idea about their origin or where they came from. But it is so funny how people that claim they come from Israel, which like we stated has already been debunked. They claim they came from Unri, which also has been debunked. As Unri has already been noted earlier to be from Igala, they claim they came from the Aro Confederacy, which has also been debunked. As Aruku was originally an Ibibio dynasty, these same people go about telling people they don't know their history. They go about taunting people who has a clear written history about their origin. Ask a Yoruba man where he came from. He will always tell you Ile-Ife and his ancestors is Oduduwa. Ask an Ikwere man where he came from. He will tell you he came from Benin and his ancestors is the great Akalaka. But ask an Igbo man where he came from and you will hear 10 different stories about other people's ancestors that doesn't even relate to them. I have a message to the Igbos. We all know the real history of how the Igbo race came about. And these are some of the documents I didn't present at the last expose. Picture up. I don't want to sound derogatory or any of that. But if these documents do not answer your question wholly, then I suggest you ask why the Edos call the Igbos Igbo, meaning slaves. Why the Ikweres never call Yoruba Isoma, never call Hausa Isoma, but always calls Igbo Isoma. Some saying it means strangers, but the elderly people maintained it means slaves. Isoma means slaves. Also, some of you Igbos claim Igbos means Igbo, but the Yorubas also call bush Igbo. The Ikweres call forest or bush same Igbogo. Like, where does the word really come from?
And also, our history, I dey always talk this thing, our history, most of us don't know it. I no go lie, me, I know to know the Igbo history. I know to know most of the things where they see. You know, they're not teaching me any history when they go school. Oh. They did not teach me any Igbo history.
This is Rudolph's Insights. We support one Nigeria and kick against the distortion of people's history and identity.
Ebe